Hi everybody, it's MC from Not Just Scrapbooks, and I wanted to show you some of the cards we made in the card classes that I give just about every month at the house here in my studio. And we did all kinds of cards, but we also did like a Christmas card each time, and then we did 5 Christmas cards just recently. And so let me just show you some of the non-Christmas cards. I don't have them all because I've already given some away, but I thought you might enjoy some of these. And this is a Tim Holtz stamp, and we did a lot of inking on this and used a cute button. And I did get this at Joann's, and each of the people were allowed to just stamp a saying, whatever worked for them. And mine is still blank because I'm not sure who is going to get this card. So this is one of the cards, kind of manly, a boy. We have a sympathy card here, and these things actually come from just Hobby Lobby or something. It was a big bush of flowers that I took apart. And this is from Erica. She gave me a whole bunch of these pretty white paper flowers, and I've just been coloring them to match all my projects. And this is a stamp I had in my stash. It says, "May the care of friends and family bring you comfort, and may loving memories heal your heart with sympathy." So I don't do a lot of sympathy cards, but I thought this one's good. This was a Father's Day card, and since I don't have a daddy, I haven't sent it to anybody. But again, I use a Tim Holtz die here, and just kept it to, sort of craft color and black. And then we used an ink pad and distress ink to sort of turn the sky a little bit blue. And we made sure we did it through the windows so we can see through the windows of the car. This was a happy birthday card that I did using, I think it was a diamond die that had like various flag shapes. And so I used the flag shapes to create this card, and the little banner's open, and I don't know who's going to get this. Thinking probably like my nephew next year. He'll probably be old enough to enjoy this card. We made a baby card, and this one stands up, so it kind of looks like this when it stands. And this is what it looks like. Otherwise, it's a baby card to say, "Welcome, baby." And when I do my card classes, everything is already pre-cut, so we can just enjoy like putting the cards together. I explain the techniques. They will ink, not every time, because they don't have to ink every time. I usually have the same group of people in my classes, and so I kind of show them different techniques every time, but I don't make them repeat the same technique on every card all the time, so that way we can have like more social fun and stuff. Sort of a manly birthday card. I picked all the stuff that's on here at Joann's except the birthday wish stamp. And yeah, just a cute happy birthday masculine looking card. And this one was for a baby shower. And it's the same principle as the other one. It is a stand-up card. And I made it with one of the big dies that I have from Sizzix. And then the banners are some other die. I think it's My Favorite Things. And then I taught them to use one of those glue pens to write the welcome. The baby was stamped, but they did the welcome and then they embossed. So that was fun. So that's it for my miscellaneous cards that I still have to show you. And how about we go to Thanksgiving, and yeah, this is Thanksgiving. So I got some stickers from Paper House, the nice 3D ones. And let me start off with, this is what was left after I did my layout classes. No, actually, this was a Thanksgiving little kit. I'm sorry, I'm losing my words. So anyway, I did make 2 cards like this, and just stickers. This was actually it's jute, I think it's called, and it was originally just the plain sort of here. without showing you the whole card. It started off looking like this, and we used 2 of the distress stains to turn it into this color for the card. So that's kind of cool. And then this was just leftover kit paper and, you know, just things from that sticker, 3D sticker from Paper House. And then I colored a whole bunch of these so that everybody got an original. And I made 2 cards with the little pilgrims from La La Land. And, you know, Marcia's a pilgrim, and I can't remember what he's called. But anyway, and in this case, I used some of the corrugated cardstock. This is die cuts with a view. This is die cuts with a view. This is Best Creation paper that I got a while back, and it matched perfectly, so I used it. And this came from Michael's, and then I colored the little guy, and I did 6 or 8 different little ones, same shades and stuff, but all colored individually. And then on this one, I decided to do the background. Again, this is, from the wood section at Michael's. And we use gold leaf pen, and then the stain from the distress stain. And then just some ribbon I had in my stash. Nice ribbon with real gold fibers that I bought one year when I went to CHA, and it's imported from France and whatnot. So those were the Thanksgiving cards, and then I have a whole bunch of Christmas cards to show you. This is one of the ones we did as a 5th card in one of my classes. Used this pretty trim. This was just a sheet of paper I had left over that was kind of cute, and I just mounted it on black, and then I have chipboard, then I have the green on top of the chipboard, and then I have the image, and then we just used one of the fragments from Tim Holtz and stamped on the fragment with StazOn ink, and then we used some gold leaf pen, and then just adhered it with crystal lacquer. So, and then some, just black twine. This is another one we did as a 5th card in one of our classes this past summer, and I think this is from this may be Hobby Lobby, and then just use the regular paper from the 12 Days of Christmas, and we lacquered the birds so that they would stick out some more. And then what I did is I used 12 by 12 paper, and I cut it in 3, so I had 4 by 12. And then it wasn't quite wide enough for me. So what we did is we added some 12 by 12 paper that we had cut. So you can see it better here, I think. So you can take 12 by 12 paper and not have to turn it into 8.5 by 11 to create a standard size card. This is pretty close to standard size. It isn't. It's a little bit bigger, but with this size of 4 by 6 paper, we had to go a little bit bigger anyway. Again, another card that was a 5th card in one of the monthly classes, and everybody got to color their Santa using the Spectrum Noir pens, and it's a very basic coloring, like other than giving it cheekbones and using a couple of different colors. The fact that he was already shaded was kind of a nice intro. And this is Melissa Francis paper from a few years ago that I took green distress ink to. And then this cutout Santa is from the Tim Holtz Christmas collection from, I think, last year. And, of course, we have a couple of doilies, and I used Lindy's Stamp Gang Glimmer. I mean, they're mist. Actually, I can't remember what color I used. Should have written it down. I did for the class, but this is supposed to be a fairly quick overview of cards. Again, from the 12 Days of Christmas, a 5th card from one of the card classes this summer. And again, some cute ribbon from, actually it's French ribbon. And then just some trim. And then I wanted it to open somewhat differently. And so even though it looks completely even when you look at it this way, it does open in threes. So if you were to want to send like a family picture or something, you could do that on this one. And this is a repeat because I had an extra one done. Again, this was from our Thanksgiving class. This was the number 5 card at Thanksgiving. And this was a Kane Company sticker I had in my stash. I had enough for everybody to do in the class. And it was too pink. So again, I used the lightest red of my Spectrum Noir pens and colored over it so that it was less pink and more red, and it matched the card better. And this is a sticker from Hobby Lobby, a 3D sticker from their in-house. I can't remember what they're called, but anyway. And what was really cool is that I was able to cut it in 3s, and so I could use, I think or 2. Anyway, I had enough to cut it, and each person got pretty much the same design on their cards, and then some zigzag trim. And then just inked in the inside, and ready for Happy Holidays or Merry Christmas or whatever you want to put on there. Okay, let me see here. Let's go with this one next. This is, again, a sticker from Hobby Lobby. And I waited till there was a 50% off sale so that I could have some really nice stickers for the Christmas card class. And you'll see, again, the same poinsettia that we saw before. Pretty sure that's from Hobby Lobby. It's kind of leathery. And then just a doily, I believe I got, those are from Michaels. And then I embossed a piece of white paper beneath it. I think you can see the embossing here, see? It's pretty and it's embossed. And makes a cute card that's, fairly simple. One embossed piece of paper, a doily that you cut in half, a Santa that's already pre-made and stick on the poinsettia, and you're good to go. In the light of the 12 days of Christmas, since I cut a piece of paper apart, this is the one with the 2 turtle doves, and I really didn't want it to say 2 turtle doves. So again, I got this at Michael's. It's actually, I don't know how many there were in the package, but they're actually stickers, so that was kind of cool. I added one of those metallic red roses that I glued onto it. And then, so the snowflake hides where it says 2 turtle doves, which suits me just fine. All we did, we added some really pretty gold paper behind. We added a little bit of this trim, a little Merry Christmas at the bottom, and there you go. You have a pretty card. And this was from the bottom of a piece of paper that I used for another card that you'll see in a bit. Or actually for a layout. Okay, let's go do the technique card. We made this card, and this was our technique card for the Christmas. The dies are from Impression Obsession, IO. I can think of them as IO. And so I used the die to cut it out, and then I cut this part out of red paper and this part out of brown paper for the reindeer. And then I used my gold lacquer pen here and my silver one here. And then I just added pink for Santa's face. I don't know if this is going to be, there you go. I added pink for Santa's face and white for his gloves and trim on his jacket and his beard. And so the die ended up being sort of more dimensional. And then what I did is I actually used my scan and cut to cut a piece of acrylic after I die cut the trees. So once I had die cut the trees, I had a negative, and I was able to use the negative to cut out a stencil. And so we used the stencil to, I don't know if you can see, but there's kind of trees behind there that are just stamped. Like we used an ink pad, and we just used the ink pad inside the stencil that I had created, and then we used the die cuts, and we added some white ink and some white wink of Stella, and so that gave it a little bit of a shimmer. And it's hard to see the shimmer on the trees. I'm trying. looking at my computer, and because I'm moving, it's really hard not to move. I'm sorry, people. Yes, you can see the shimmer just a little bit. We also added a little bit of white and stuff in the clouds, and used some one of the Spectrum Noir dark blue pens on here, and that created the feeling of a night sky. So there you have it. And again, this was a 4x4 strip of paper, and then I added, and so you can see the stencil inside here that I created from the negative of the tree. Okay, these 3 cards were the throw-ins. One was part of the 5 cards, because there's always a much simpler one, because we try to do this card class. Like, I often have them on Monday nights now. I have them Saturdays, and then I have a repeat of the class on Monday nights, and Monday night seems to have become more popular in the last few weeks. But Monday night also means we have to finish more quickly, and nobody ever leaves my classes without finishing all their projects. So, in order to do 2 freebies, we did this one. And actually, the technique one, let me start over. The technique one was this one. And it's a paper from Graphic 45. It was, there were 4 images per, I think it was 4. Was it 4? I think it was 4 images per sheet. And I had gotten a few sheets so that I could do Christmas cards, and then I didn't do them. And then this year I said, oh, look at this beautiful paper that I found in my stash. And so we colored the Santa. The Santa is normally not red, but I thought that by coloring the Santa, the card he really jumps out, and really, like, you don't have to look and go, is that a Christmas card? It's obviously a Christmas card. And then all we did, we added this nice trim that I'd gotten. And then I think these are, a 3D sticker from, I can't remember who, but it might have been Hobby Lobby again, because they have a lot of good Christmas stuff to embellish with. I'm pretty sure the embellishment for this one came from Michael's, and I had the ribbon in my stash. And really, all we did to this one was to find the right ribbon that would match the card, and then find like something that would go in the corner and that would work for that sort of antique-y look that the card has. And there you go, a simple, easily made Christmas card. Finding the envelope, that's a different story, but we're working on that one. And then here is another card. Again, just little bow, and then I found this ribbon, and it worked, and I'm happy. And finally, the one that we made with the Paper House Christmas sticker, that big Christmas tree sticker, we cut some of it apart. What we did is we cut the background and used the background for the floor here. And then we used some paper that I had over here to create the wainscoting, the molding, and then the tapestry kind of at the top. And then we stuck the big sticker on it. We did cut the wreath from the sticker because I wanted more space here. And so, again, it was a fairly simple card. It's a big one, but it's a fairly simple card. And we were able to make 7 cards in our 2.5-hour class, so we did good. Well, maybe it took 3 hours. 3 hours, and we made 7 cards. So that was it for my Christmas cards and cards throughout the year. And I will stop with this video, and I will come back to you later. And I really appreciate you having the patience to watch this, because it's been like 19 minutes. So thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.